Did a fly just fly past here? I swear there's a fly in here. I'm gonna beat his little tail. Anyways. Hello everyone, my name is Kiya Boyd and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about how you can move to South Korea. Moving to any country is not easy, I'll tell you. But moving to South Korea is fairly not that easy either. Sorry if you thought it was going to be some kind of easy how-to video. It's not. But it's not difficult. It's not like super hard, but it's not easy either. So here are some rules to kind of guide you. For starters, you need to be over the age of 18. At least be 18 and up if you decide you want to move here and live here. Because I don't really see how you can move here under the age of 18 unless you're with a parent or some kind of guardian, or if you did a homestay with a Korean family. I wouldn't know how you would do that exactly, so I'll have to give you more information on that when I do some more research and talk to Korean people and my friends about that. It'd probably be best if you are over the age of 18. And another thing is you don't want to move here and you don't have any schooling underneath your belt. Like if you didn't go to college, it would be kind of hard if you wanted to get any job or visa here. If you come here straight out of high school, like be prepared to not really have that many options. In my case, I came here and I was already in school, third year of school that I was supposed to be doing. I took breaks repeatedly in between to get things together, but it helped because if I wanted to apply for certain jobs or apply for certain things, they're like, you know, are you in school and do you have like paperwork that says you've been in school for this amount of time and you're doing this and you're doing that. And I could show that. So that was great. So if you come here with just like a high school education, it would be incredibly difficult unless you're getting a working holiday visa. A working holiday visa is a visa that you can get in a lot of English-speaking countries, predominantly English-speaking countries. I'm not sure all the countries that are listed, but I know for a fact it's Canada, it's America, Australia has some options for that, I think. New Zealand, somewhere in Europe where it's like English-speaking native countries. Another kind of rule that I would suggest would be probably to have some savings, because you don't want to be in another country and there's a problem that arises or an issue that comes up and you have no money to deal with it if you need to pay something or if you need to have some kind of emergency get out of jail card. But it's not get out of jail free, it costs money. Well, that's no money, okay? You need some coin. And if you fit those requirements, then you're ready. If you don't, I wouldn't say that it's impossible to live here. It'll just be a challenge. Because if you're under 18, how would you get a job? You can't really work at like McDonald's or Burger King or places like that because those jobs are kind of reserved for Korean people who are already in college and need part-time jobs. They'll give more of a preference to those college students because yeah, they need it. They need to have some kind of income too, and it's their country. You would still need to know fluent Korean in order to do these things. It wouldn't be easy at all. So being under 18 really limits you from a lot of opportunities. It would be a great idea if you could do a homestay. A homestay just for a certain period of time if your parents were to allow you to do that. If you're under the age of 18 with just some Korean family and you know you lived and kind of experienced Korean culture just for a little length of time, I think that would be a good experience. Why not? So if you abide by all of those rules and you want to move to Korea, here's what you need to know. First, you want to have all of your visa information figured out before you get here. And if you kind of want some insight on what visas you could possibly get, I'll just name a few. You can get a student visa, why not? Go to a language school here or actually go to college here. You could get a visa for a working holiday, like I mentioned before, where you can search for like jobs here, some kind of part-time, full-time jobs here and make a living that way. Or you could get a visa for some kind of entertainment work. I'll remind you that maybe your Korean needs to be at an intermediate to near fluent level for that kind of thing. I wouldn't say it always has to, but you would get better opportunities with your Korean level being really good. So, and then you have another visa for teaching if you decide you want to teach, but you really can only teach after earning a 4-year degree. That's another option, but that's more of an option for those who have graduated college already. If not, those are the options that you have as far as teaching. And if you are in school and you've completed 2 years of college education, you can apply for a different kind of teaching visa, and that one is called the E22, and that's through the talk program, but I'll have to get into that another time. But there's more visa options. This is just some insight on what you're going to be dealing with if you decide to pursue those or seek those options. So we are already started. We got the whole visa thing down. Let's say you got the visa down and you're ready to come over here and get it done. Well, if you decide to go the teaching route, I would say you probably wouldn't have to worry too much about that, because whoever is handling your visa information, the school would probably provide housing. And if they don't provide housing, then you'd have to look for yourself. But a lot of schools do provide housing. If not, I would just join some groups, befriend some people, make some friends, you know, come over here and figure out the rest from there. If you're like me and you're not coming over here to just be a teacher exactly, well, you got to find your own housing. And the apartment search when I first came over here was brutal. Actually, when I first came, I stayed in an Airbnb for 2 months because I didn't really know how it worked with the whole finding an apartment kind of thing. So I stayed in an Airbnb for 2 months, and then I went out and started searching. And half the time that I was living here, I was living in a goshiwon, which is kind of like a closet kind of room. It looks like a closet, feels like a closet, and I was just living in there with only my bed and maybe a dresser, and that was it. Nothing too special. Some goshiwons have bathrooms in them in the actual room, but you have to pay more for that. But the bathroom and the kitchen is separate from your room. So I was living in a closet for half the time that I was here, but it was okay. It was cheap. I liked how low maintenance it was, like I didn't have to do too much. It was convenient, kind of helped me organize my stuff. But the downside to that was it was small, kind of annoying to have to leave my room to go to the bathroom. And it's like shared by everyone else who lives in this same building as you. And then share the kitchen as well. But you get a fridge in your room, so kudos. And in some ways I feel like they can be a little dirty. Just a little bit. It depends on the actual goshiwon or goshitel that you are renting out. As far as finding a goshiwon, goshitel, you can literally walk around and you'll see them everywhere. In a lot of places. And you can find them in the areas that you want. And for pretty cheap prices. And with goshitels and goshiwons, there are no contracts. Like, there's kind of a contract, but it's not like for a year kind of thing. It's like a month-to-month kind of basis. It's like, are you staying here for a month? Are you staying here? Are you staying here? Are you staying here? And it's like every month you just kind of check in and say, like, if you'll be here this month, if you'll leave the next month, kind of like that. But it was pretty nice and it was really convenient, so that way you're not like trapped in anything. And if you're looking for an apartment, not a goshiwon or a goshitel, then I would suggest going to the budongsan. And the budongsan is the real estate agency. There are real estate agencies everywhere in Korea because there's so many people trying to help you find your perfect apartment or the perfect place for you to stay in. Be careful of those places because sometimes it's they can be a little scammy, a little tricky and stuff. I would know because I actually got scammed by one of those places at one point in time, but we'll get to that in another story time. Maybe I'll make a story time about that. So you can go to one of these agencies and they will help you find an apartment to live in, and they'll help you find a place that will be better suited for you. And that's how you'll find your apartment. Alright then, you have your visa, apartment, and I'm sure you can do some of these things from online. Like if you need to book an Airbnb before coming to look at an apartment, that would be great. It doesn't take very long to find an apartment here. Like you can have one within a week. Like when I was in a rush and I really needed to move very quickly, I managed to move within only like 2 days. It's more than possible to just pick up, go to an Airbnb for like a night or two, find an apartment, move all your stuff, bam, you're done. So you got your visa, you think you have your apartment. Well, what about the job? If you get a working holiday visa, you're probably going to look for a job when you get to Korea, or you could do it beforehand, I'm assuming. If you're getting your teaching visa to teach kids, you're all set with a job. If you're looking from like a student visa, it depends on what kind of student visa you're on, and it also depends on what your study time is looking like. If you want to get a job while you're on this kind of visa, I'm sure you could look at your campus for wherever you're going to be studying and just kind of check out the boards. I'm sure they have like job boards. You should find something that would suit you best, or even look around on Craigslist. Craigslist has been so helpful for me here. Like, I found so many things through Craigslist when I really needed to find some kind of last minute kind of thing. You have your visa, you have your apartment, you have your job. Those are the main 3 things you need. What else do you need? You need a phone. You need your phone service, right? You need to have that together. So, if you're gonna come to Korea, make sure your phone is unlocked, number 1, because you don't want to come here with a locked phone like I did at first, and then I looked really stupid when I had to buy a new phone because they couldn't unlock my phone. So, you need to get an unlocked phone. Phone service here is pretty decent, I would say. Whether you want a prepaid phone plan or you want a contract. I've had both. When I had prepaid, it was really great and I used only what I paid for. It wasn't too bad. And then I finally switched over to a contract. Having a contract with the phone is a great idea. It's a really great idea. You need to download an app that is kind of like a text-free number or a call-free number. So I use Text Now. It's like a texting calling app for free. And it gives me my own number, and that's how I contact my family back home. It's really convenient, saves me a lot of money, and I get to use it with my Korean phone number. So it's just an app. I'll just go on the app, I'll call my family, say, hey, what's up, what y'all doing? And then I can use my actual phone, my Korean phone number, and do what I have to do there. So, good idea. We can't forget about banking, right? We gotta do banking. Banking wise, if you want to get a bank account here, pretty easy actually to do. All you'll need is your ARC, which is your alien registration card, and your passport. I'm not sure if some places ask for proof of employment. Not really too sure. I don't think they do. I opened my bank account years ago, and when I opened it, I only opened it with a passport. And that was back in 2017. For the longest, I had been using my American bank account, to make purchases and do things over here. But then I thought, I need my Korean bank account. So, switched it over to a Korean bank account and whoop-de-doop-de-doo. And so, with my bank, which is Shinhan Unheng, I just went in with my passport and I said, well, my ARC isn't here, it's going to take some time. And they gave me an ATM card, which is good for me going to the ATM, withdrawing money, I can deposit money, I can do all the same things, except I don't have a check card. So I can't actually like go swiping and making all these crazy purchases that I know I would make if I had a debit card. So, you can get a bank account here without the registration card, the alien registration card. You just won't have a check card. And it's at some banks that you can do it. So, that was back when I came back to Korea after leaving again, and I was on a tourist visa. Tourist visa is an option as well, but if you want more opportunities, if you want more things to do while you're in Korea, if you want to be legal, if you're trying to work and do all these things, get yourself a visa, get yourself all these things, and then you can successfully move to Korea. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, tell me your thoughts, tell me what kind of videos you guys want to see. Tell me if I missed anything in this video, if there's anything else that you want to specifically know about moving here. Tell me if I talk too fast for you guys, because I know I talk fast all the time and you can't understand me half the time, so please let me know, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye.